Hello and welcome to another video on how to build support in Season 4. The Season 3 build to the Season 4 build has become more team focused. This is because of how the game has shaped up meta-wise. The game has become a lot more early burst and focused around the early game, as well as early team fights, and grouping up a lot quicker. The laning phase is a lot shorter now, in my honest opinion. Even at lower levels, you can sort of feel the hyper-aggressive burst meta coming in. As a result, you want to be protecting your teammates. But let's go into the start first of all. Watcher's Gift. You get extra gold. The support role is gold starved, so you want extra gold. If you're in the laning phase and sharing camps, which you should be as a support, Watcher's Gift is amazing. It allows you to get extra gold, which is very, very useful. It allows you to sustain in lane, it gives you protections, it gives you mana, it gives you pretty much everything you want. From there, you go into boots, and then you go into potions. However many you can afford. For me, I generally do that. This works out pretty nicely. Health for sustain, mana for sustain, there you go. From here, we go into boots, and there are various options about which ones are viable. Honestly, they're all, I'm going to say viable. This is for aggressive supports, mainly for the penetration. The 10 pen early game makes a huge difference. Don't avoid it. It's very, very good on gods like Bracken, Ymir. You can do on a couple others too, like Ares. You don't have cooldown boots, it's very, very useful, especially if you're using a lot of mana. It's very, very good as well on pretty much all supports, honestly. Then we have reinforced shoes, which basically are tank boots. These are very, very good, especially if you're going to get focused, and they have crowd control reduction on them. They have a little bit of everything. They will make you tanky early on. Then you have traveler shoes, which gives you more gold and allows you to move about the map a lot faster. You move about very, very quickly with these, like very, very quickly as a support. If you have these with the speed buff, which I probably wouldn't recommend you stealing, you are very, very quick. Like, you can rotate very, very quickly to fights and around the map very easily. They also have a very good passive too. From there, it becomes incredibly situational. Honestly, you could go like three directions. Well, two directions here, or three directions actually. You could go into Market Vanguard for extra protections, which honestly is pretty good. It's very, very cheap. Gives you damage reduction on magical as well as physical protections. So you become very, very tanky. If you go on this route, you become pretty hard to kill early game. Like, pretty hard to kill. And yes, tank boots into Market Vanguard is viable, honestly. You could also go tank boots into Sands of Time for cooldown reduction as well as mana. It honestly works, like, it just does. Stuff I wouldn't recommend though would be Runger's Mask. I honestly don't see the value in this item. Seriously, I don't. Swift Wing, I don't see the value in that. Soulstone, I don't see the value in that. And Brimburst, you're going to be taking gold away from your jungle and you don't want to do that. So, there you go. From here, generally I will go into aura items, Sovereignty for the physical aura, which is very, very good against objectives. It's very, very good against stuff that has physical damage, which most teams will have mainly physical damage with a mage, honestly. So we go to Sovereignty, and that's what my build looks like very early game. Very, very hard to kill. Makes my teammates very hard to kill as well, or harder to kill. And then from there we go into more aura items, especially if we're grouping up a lot. Mainly Gauntlet Thieves, and there you go. That's pretty much the standard build core, I'm going to say, that I mainly follow, although the boots are incredibly situational and do change. It's worth pointing out Gauntlet Thieves is amazing, but the tier 1 and tier 2 is not very good. If you want to compare Sovereignty level 1 to Mark of the Vanguard and rush Sovereignty, you can do that. In fact, honestly, it's probably worth it. You get more health with Mark of the Vanguard, and you also get the same amount of protections. You also get damage reduction as well, which is very good against magical stuff, so keep that in mind. From here, for me, normally I will go into Spirit Robe. The reason why it's very, very good, it's very, very cheap. It also gives you crowd control reduction and cooldown reduction, which is what you really want, and damage mitigation, which is pretty good. Combined with reinforced shoes, you have full crowd control reduction, which means, if anyone is curious, any sort of crowd control, say a stun, will only meant to be for 2 seconds, now it's for 1 second, which is pretty good. Like, honestly, that's pretty useful, especially in a bind. From here, you have options for what you want to do. It becomes a kind of a situation. If you want to be more tanky, if you want to soak up more damage and you don't mind having not much cooldown, you go into hide. You can stack hide late, and honestly, it's fine. It's still a very, very good item. It's incredibly selfish, but it's still very, very good. If you're playing against a lot of slows, you go into Wingblade. If you have a lot of team relics, you will go Ritual Dagger. If you have healing and you want to help people heal more, you go into Rod of Sleepiest. It's honestly very, very good. Like, there's so many options. Honestly, you could go into Sugar if you have facing a lot of magical and you don't feel like you're tanky enough against that. You do overcap the crowd control reduction though if you go on reinforced shoes into Spirit Road, so that's worth keeping that in mind. Or you could go into these options as well. They're honestly fine. It literally comes down to options. You could honestly go into Prosper Valor 2, Hide Immune Lion, Spectral Armor. It's literally incredibly situational. You just want more defense. Like, this is what you want. More defense against the biggest threat in the room, and the threat that's currently causing you the most trouble. So generally my build will go into Hide Immune Lion because ADCs currently at the moment are stupidly good, and people like to focus support as an ADC. I don't know why, but they seem to do it. And then from there, I will finish up my build by going into Mantle Discord. That's pretty much what my standard build looks like, and honestly, again, there are so many good items that you can pick up, like Mid-Guardian Mount, that I can't even cover them all. Like, pretty much all the defense items are good. The only ones that I would say are bad are Stone of Binding and Stone of Foul, but honestly, you can make them work. So there's that to keep in mind. There is a slightly more aggressive way you can go, especially if your team aren't that good, and that's Void Stone into Pen Boot while having this, and then you go into something like Eternal Staff. You're not going to be that tanky, but you're going to have a hybrid item here, and you're going to have the power and the pen to back it up, and you can do a decent amount of damage, especially early game and even late game. That will do a very decent amount of damage. Honestly, it will. So that's how I build supports currently at the moment. I think you've got the hint that it's incredibly situational. As for relics, honestly, that is incredibly situational, but I will say Shell is pretty good still, Meditation is pretty good still. You could also go into Horrific Emblem, etc, etc, etc. I generally don't build teleport on supports, so keep that in mind. You could also go Sunderer if you wanted to get an early kill for your ADC too, although I wouldn't recommend it. I'd normally recommend teamfight-ish relics. So, hopefully that's useful. Right, so how do I level Athena? Because I know some people are going to be asking this question. So let's go over that. Level 1, Athena is not that good. I normally level up her shield wall. This is for her wave clear. Level 2, I will normally level up her taunt. Level 3, I will normally level up the taunt or the dash, depending on if I feel I can get a kill. If I feel I can't get a kill and I want some sort of escape, I will get the dash. If not, I will level up the taunt. From here, mainly I will be focusing on the taunt. My standard leveling order looks something like this. And then from here, you can literally pretty much level up whatever you want. Honestly, I like to level up the ultimate here. And the dash, because the dash has a cooldown reduction on it, which is pretty good. And that's what my leveling order looks like. The ultimate I'm leveling it up just to have the cooldown reduction on it, not for the extra damage. And the reason I'm not leveling up 3 is at this stage most people, and most people in general, will be able to clear wave without me. If people are struggling, then I will focus on the 3 more over the taunt. But the taunt is amazing. Like, being able to taunt someone for 2 seconds is just fantastic. So, there you go. If you want to do damage Athena, which I know some people, or jungle Athena, my build is slightly different. Jungle Athena looks something like this.
That should cover my vital parts.
That's what my jungle Athena build looks like in that sort of order. You generally want to have pen boots and void stone as your main damage items, with the rest being sort of hybridy. You do focus a bit too much on magical damage and magical protections, but you're going to do a decent amount of damage with this build, honestly. So, thank you for watching, see you again next time, and hopefully this has been interesting and enjoyable. Hopefully I don't sound too bored. Oh, I just got up, I'm sorry. So, thank you for watching, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and do all of that fun stuff, and I will see you again soon.
It is all Greek to me. No, seriously, it is all Greek.
And I love Athena. Bye.